A meeting of mayors this afternoon marking the start of the transition of power in Chicago. Outgoing Mayor Lori Lightfoot sat down with Mayor-elect Brandon Johnson to formally begin that process. Johnson released a statement after that meeting saying the two had a, quote, positive, productive discussion about the future of our city.
Meanwhile, Mayor-elect Johnson did a sit-down one-on-one interview with our own Tia Ewing.
He says he is not beholden to the Chicago Teachers Union.
Chicagoans care about crime. If the fifth floor will be run by the Chicago Teachers Union and who will be the next police superintendent. I discussed it all with Mayor-elect Brandon Johnson in our one-on-one interview.
Brandon Johnson, a paid union organizer for the Chicago Teachers Union.
That's the head of the Chicago Teachers Union, Stacey Davis Gates, right before Johnson gave his victory speech. The ties can't be ignored. Up until now, Johnson's been a Cook County commissioner and a union organizer. His campaign was heavily bankrolled by CTU and its affiliates with nearly $2.5 million just to secure a spot in the runoff.
I'm going to be negotiating for a better school district, not a contract.
Johnson recognizing the optics when next year the Chicago Teachers Union and the city's collective bargaining agreement expires, and they both have to negotiate a new contract.
My negotiations are essentially attached to my belief that what I want for my children, I want for every single child in the city of Chicago.
Also on the full plate for Johnson, public safety, a top concern for the vast majority of Chicagoans. To that point, Johnson says he and his wife and 3 children can relate.
Waking up every day on the west side of Chicago, particularly in Austin, arguably one of the most violent neighborhoods in the city, it's certainly going to keep us grounded because, again, the motivation that I have to make sure that my family is protected, that is my desire for every single family throughout the city of Chicago.
There's also a hole of 1,700 police officers that are needed on Chicago streets. 2 weeks after Johnson is sworn in is Memorial Day weekend. In the past, it's been among the most violent in the city. The Community Commission for Public Safety and Accountability has until mid-July to hand over the names of 3 finalists to the new mayor. Mayor-elect Johnson will have to fill the largest vacancy in the city, selecting the next Chicago police superintendent.
I've identified characteristics of a police superintendent. I'm clear that someone who is tethered to the community, who comes from the rank and file.
On his first day as mayor, he says he will enact reforms to make CPD more efficient, training and promoting 200 detectives from the current department. It wasn't all work. There was some lighter moments with the mayor-elect talking about his sons and daughter, Braden. She made this bracelet for him to smile more.
I said, Braden. She looked at me and I said, okay. Basically like, yo, this is reparations. All them sad stories you told me growing up, how dude never dropped you a dime. Like, I'm looking out for you. She basically like, I got this.
Johnson will be sworn in on May 15th. Tia Ewing, Fox 32, Chicago.